this is Natalie, and this is my new project for Easter. And we are going to be making Easter eggs. This is a prototype, the small egg that I made. So I was practicing on this small egg because I couldn't find the right size. I was initially going to make those bigger eggs that you can see right here, and I just finished the first egg today, and this is how it looks like. And this design is going to be included as well. So yeah, I just wanted to show you how the finished look, and this is how it looks like. We are going to be making different designs. This is the first one, lavender, and I made more embroidered designs for Easter eggs. You can see here. This is my pattern for my stitching club on Patreon, and they are already got all those designs. This is the first one. As you can see, I already done it, and today we are going to be stitching this one. And every design I'm going to be stitching with you, and this week as well I will show you how to finish the end frame, the embroidery on this egg like this. So first four designs are here, and we also have here some tulips, daffodils, pansies, and some, I don't know, some fantasy flowers that I draw. So if you want to join this stitch along, you can join my stitching club and get access to all of those patterns and the full list of materials for this project. And the link is going to be in the video description below if you watch on YouTube, or if you are watching on Instagram, just comment Easter eggs and I will send you all the links and information and where you can get the pattern and how to join this stitch along. Basically, how I did it, you will need to find the main materials for this egg is foam plastic egg. You will need not just any kind of plastic eggs, you need to be made from foam, so you are able to cut it and make so yeah, see, the foam egg is easy to cut, so you will need this kind of knife because you will need to split the egg to two parts. I will not be cutting today, I will be cutting another day when I will be framing those eggs and showing you how to finish them. But basically that's why you need the foam plastic egg actually. Because plastic egg will not be suitable for this. You will need to make, after you cut it, you will need to fold, to put your fabric inside in this little cut that you made. See, this is how I'm folding the fabric, like I'm stretching the fabric on the egg. And you will need to do it for the fabric on the front and for the fabric on the back side. For the back side you can use any plain fabric like this. So I will be stitching on the regular white cotton fabric for the front, so your design will be pop up and all the colors. And for the back side I'm using just a colored fabric like this, and this is how I made the back side. You can make them double-sided if you want. You can stitch one embroidery design on the front, another one on the back side, just whatever you like. I like it this way because like I will be displaying them like this. I will find some cute stand for those eggs, and I will be displaying them on my shelf. So this is how it's gonna look like. So besides the foam plastic egg, this is the main material that you need. I will leave the link for those eggs in the video description below, and you will have this link for these eggs in the materials list together with the pattern that you will download. So you will have all the links where I ordered them. I ordered them on Amazon because I couldn't find them on local shops. I was looking on different shops like Dollarama, Dollar Store, and I couldn't find them. I only found the small ones, so I was practicing while I was waiting for the delivery of the bigger eggs. So basically I made 8 designs, but I'm going to make 2 more, so it will be like 10 embroidery designs for the Easter eggs, and they will be all included in one embroidery pattern that you will be able to download from my Etsy shop. I will leave the link in the video description when it's done, but while I'm working on it, I'm sharing my stitching instructions on Patreon for my members of my stitching club. So if you want to join early, like right now, and stitch it with me, you can join my club and you will get access to all of that. So yeah, you will need some ribbons like this, different kind of ribbons to decorate the egg. I also like some laces like this, so I put the ribbon on this cut, like on this place to cover all the ugly stuff, and on top I put this cute lace, and I really like how it looks like, so I highly recommend adding some lace or maybe beads right here. It also gonna look cute. So just use materials that you have, see what you have, what you can make, and yeah, it's gonna be really cute. So basically you will also need those pins when you will be folding the fabric around this egg. You will need this to um, center it, and you will see how you will use them. So yeah, make sure you have some pins. And yeah, pattern transferring instructions I also provide in my pattern. I will provide different ways how to transfer the pattern to the fabric, but basically my favorite way to use is light method. So you can if you don't have any light pad or iPad, you can place the pattern on your window and you will be able to see through, and then just place the fabric on top and trace it with the heating erasable gel pen. This is not like any famous brand, it's just a cheap heating erasable gel pen. I tested it on my fabric and it works. So you can use Pilot Friction heating erasable gel pens. It's a great brand, you can trust it, or you can try some cheaper versions like this, but better just test it before using. How it disappears: it should disappear on heating when you heat it with hot air from your hair dryer or iron, so it should disappear. So that's how I transfer my patterns. There are different ways how to transfer the pattern as well. You can use stick and stitch stabilizer that is water erasable. So after stitching you can just wash away the stabilizer and then dry it, and then you can frame it on the egg. So just choose the way you like the most. If you don't like hand drawing, you can use stick and stitch paper, and you just basically print the design on this paper, cut it, stitch it on both layers, the fabric and the stabilizer as well, and then it's just gonna be washed away. So no hand drawing involved if you don't like it. So Yeah, and you will also need some embroidery threads. If you have some colors, you can use your own colors. It's not necessary to use the same colors that I use. But yeah, I will provide all the colors that I used in the pattern instructions, so you will have them if you need. So, and you will also need the hoop. I will be using, this is 4-inch hoop. It's small enough and very comfortable to stitch in your hand for this small design. Each design is like really small. You will need only 1 or 2 hours to stitch it, and it's gonna be a really quick project, so in one evening you can finish one egg like this, so it's gonna be ready and you'll be satisfied with your progress for sure. So I binded the inner part of my hoop with fabric, and this way it will keep my fabric really tight, which is I do with all my working hoops that I use for hand embroidery. So yeah, I will place the fabric in the hoop and we'll start stitching. Let me know if you like this project, if you are excited, if you will be stitching with me, and where are you watching from. Hit the like if you like this video, so it will help me to grow my YouTube channel and make this video to be seen by more people. It will help me really uh, a lot. It's free for you, just tap the like and that's it, and you really help me to grow. I'm also making embroidery kits for the workshop. I'm going to be making live workshops in mountain area, so if you are in this area, just welcome. All the information on my Facebook page. So I will place my hoop into the hoop stand and I'll start stitching. For the lavenders, I will be using multicolored threads. These are the threads that I'm going to be using. These are like a copy of DMC threads, and it's AMC, AMO, yeah. But yeah, if you see them, you can feel free to buy. I already tested them. They are not they are color fast, they are not, the colors are not bleeding. I already tested them on fabric. They are really good to use. These are cotton. It's not synthetic threads. It's a really great quality of embroidery threads, the same quality as DMC, but just cheaper. And this is, but they are slightly different. The colors can be slightly different from the DMC. They say this, oh, it's a different color. So it should be matching the color of DMC. It's number 4250. And this is like 4215. So that's why different. So I don't have the original DMC colors to compare, but this one is good. So we have some comments here. This is so beautiful, and it means like it seems like relatively easy project to make. Yeah, it's for beginners. Thank you for sharing your artistic skills with us. You're welcome. Yeah, this is a nice project for beginners. It's really easy to make. You can see just a few branches, a few flowers, and I will show you how to stitch it like from this beginning to the end. So don't worry. Hi, Erin. So excited for this project. Yeah, me too. Okay, so I will continue stitching with those threads as I started using them for the previous design, so it will be like really nice looking. or maybe I should try this. I like using multicolored threads. You just need to check how fast they change the colors. These are not really bright, so yeah, I will use those. And I'm gonna be using 3 strands of floss for all the colors. So you just pull the thread, didn't tell you about the needles yet, so you will need some embroidery needles like this. I like to use DMC embroidery needles. Those are not like for cross stitch we have like blind points. For hand embroidery we need to have like sharp points. Big eye and sharp points needle, different sizes. It depends how many strands you are going to be using. So I'm going to be using like the medium size of the needle because I'm going to be stitching with 3 strands of floss. So I'm choosing something on the left or on the right. And this is going to be, I don't know, maybe number 6. And I'm separating the threads one by one and let it to unwind, like untwist, so they are not twisted. Hi my meow. I do embroidery, but yours was gorgeous. Thank you so much. Hi Christina. I take 3. Yeah. So I took 3 threads separately. I separated them and then I put them together so they will lay down really beautifully. And the length of the thread is like to my elbow plus a little tail, so it will give me like extra threads. When I will fold it like this, I will thread my needle and I will fold it this way so I have a little tail of the extra threads and it like somewhere until my elbow, so it's going to be comfortable to stitch. It's not going to be making any unwanted knots. So yeah, I will make a knot at the end of my thread. It's okay, I already stretched it on the egg and I see that it's not a problem if I make a little knot for 3 strands of floss. It's not critical, it's not going to be shown from the front that there is some knot on the back side, so it's already looking nice. Okay, let me put the hoop into my hoop stand so you will see everything and I will start stitching. You can stitch without the hoop stand, it's not necessary to have it. I just use it for my video tutorials, so it's not moving. It's pretty small. I'll zoom it a little bit so you guys also will see everything. Okay, so I will be stitching with Lazy Daisies stitch. I will be stitching this lavender. And I will start, I like to start on the bottom and then move to the top, so it saves a little bit of threads, but you can also start it from the top and move it to the bottom. Depending on how which color of threads you have, There's multicolored threads and the colors repeats every like a few stitches, so it's not necessary to follow the colors, but sometimes you have um, variated threads that goes slowly from the lightest shade to the darkest, and yeah, if you are starting from the lightest color, I recommend to start it from the top, and then when you move down, the color will be changed to the darker color, and it creates a nice gradient from light to dark, and it's gonna be it will look like a more realistic for the flowers. So that's why I like to plan where I'm starting and when I'm going to be moving. So in this case, I will start on the bottom. I just come up and I keep my thread using my left hand, and I go down into the same place. With my finger, I carefully move the knot on the back side that I created so it doesn't interfere with my stitching, and I'm creating the knot, the loop actually. So I create the loop and I will place it here in the center. I start from the stitch in the center. I go to the loop like this, and I will put my needle outside of the loop, really close to the place to this loop, so it will create a little anchor stitch, and this anchor stitch will fix this loop on place, and this petal is finished. So you do just the same on the right and on the left side. And this is Lazy Daisy stitch, really simple stitch. So I highly recommend you to try making flowers with this stitch, teeny leaves. And one more stitch on the right side. And see, this part is done, and it was really quickly. So I move up and I also stitch the petal which we have in the middle. In the middle first, and then on the left, and then on the right side. Don't forget to keep your thread with your left hand so it's not moving around, because you need to keep it to make this loop. Every time I keep my thread with my left hand. I'm assisting myself, because when you go to the same place, you can accidentally put your thread to the back side, like pull your thread to the back side accidentally, so you don't need it. And to avoid this situation, it's better to keep your thread with your hand to control it. And when you make it tight, I recommend to not make it too tight, and it's better to pull the thread in the direction this way, so your loop will lay down on the fabric, because if you will be pulling this way, your loop will be like this, and it's not gonna work. In case this happened, you can fix it with your needle, pull it a little bit, and place your loop the way you like it to have here. So the same way I stitched this lavender for this egg. And in this video you will also learn a few more stitches for the leaves. It's going to be satin stitch, and you will also, I will show you how to do French knots. If you're new to embroidery, I will be showing you like all the stitches that I do in details and in the real time speed, so you can follow along and stitch with me. Let me know, guys, which country are you watching from? If this looks like spring already, do you have some flowers blooming outside? Is it warm or it's still cold? Here in Canada, uh, we will have spring a little bit later, probably months later or so, because it's still cold, it's still a little bit freezing outside. But the snow almost melted. We just have a little bit snow here and there. I will save this video and you will be able to watch it on YouTube. In case you missed the beginning of this video, you can watch it on my YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. You can find me as Embroidery Art by Nat. In this place I have drawn only 2 petals, and then it will be finished with just 1 petal. Somebody told me that this looks like lupins. We have a lot of lupins here blooming, usually in Canada, in New Brunswick. I have never seen those flowers before until I moved to Canada, and they are really beautiful, especially when it's a lot of lupins. They can be different colors. I love making pictures when we travel and see a lot of lupins. In Turkey, spring begins, somebody told me. Yeah, here in Canada, we will need to wait a little bit. So right now I'm on the top of the flower and I need to jump to this place, but I recommend you to not like make a direct stitch from here to here. It's gonna be a pretty long stitch for the back side, and it can be visible from the front if your fabric is slightly transparent. So I recommend you to flip this project and make a few stitches like this. I just go under my previous stitches and I whipped those stitches to move closer to this point, so I will not need to make a long stitch. And now I will just start stitching this flower. I will see if I have enough threads for this. Let me know, guys, if you like this kind of stitch. If it was easier for you to make it for the first time, also let me know. Or if you had some troubles when you were trying to make it, also leave me a comment and explain what was the problem was. Maybe I will try to help you out. You can also do it in a slightly different way, like a sewing method. I can show you like in this direction. So you can put your needle down and at the same time you're coming up on this side, and it's comfortable when you're stitching in your and keep your hoop in your hands. So you just wrap this thread this way and you pull the thread and make this anchor stitch. So this way it can be much more comfortable for you if you use this, if you like this method. So like this. See, this is the way I was doing it initially when I was teaching, just and keeping my hoop in my hands. But with the hoop stand, it's not really comfortable to do this way. But yeah, you can do it. Okay, I see that I have thread just for one stitch and it's done. Irene says, "Oh, that's new to me. I've never seen it stitched like that." Yeah, that's how I was usually stitching. I use this method for lazy daisy stitch and for the um, chain stitch as well. That's the way how my grandma taught me how to stitch. So I remember it. Okay, so you can continue stitching the lavenders. We have one more lavender on the left, small one, and you can continue and finish those few flowers, but I will switch to some other color and I will show you how to stitch the stems first for this flower, okay? So you can use some variated threads like this, and it's gonna be really fun to stitch with, or you can use some plain colors like this and this. I will use this for the leaves. You can use some other colors if you like. Let me see, maybe I have some other colors I would like to use. Yeah, I will stitch with this one, and this is 562. 562 if you use DMC colors. And it's also going to be just 3 strands of floss. Or you can also use 2 strands. If you will be doing like a stem stitch, so it's better to use 2 strands, so it's not the line is not going to be too thick, you know. So let's try 2 strands. I just I took 1 strand and it's quite twice longer than I usually use, and I put it together so I have a loop on one side, and here I have a little tail as usual, little tail, and here is the loop. And this way you can start stitching without any knots, so you don't need any knots because you will start stitching with the loop. And it's a great way to start stitching when you are stitching on some clothing and stuff. So your backside is gonna be looking really neat. So I'd like to show it from the front, how it looks like from the back, but yeah, I usually leave the loop on the back, but I will start it on the front so you will see how it looks like. So I start and I don't pull the thread completely, so I leave the loop and I will make a stitch. I will go and make it slightly distance from the place where I started, and I go through this loop and it looks like this. So to flip it, the loop to the back side, I go to the same place here, and this loop is going to be on the back right now. So this way you can stitch the back stitch. For the back stitch, you need to come up, make a little distance, and then you go down and connect it to your previous stitch. Now I repeat the same. I come up in about like 5 millimeters ahead down the line, and I go back into the same place where I just finished the stitch, like this. And this is how the back stitch looks like. On the back side it will look like a stamp stitch. There are different kind of stitches in hand embroidery, so with time you will learn all of them. It's not necessary to know all the stitches before you start stitching this project. I will tell you how to make every stitch I use here. So this is the back stitch, and you can turn it into the whipped back stitch if you like, to make it this line even smoother, and all those holes that you see between the stitches, they will be hidden. Hi Victoria. How is the weather looks like in New York City or state? And see, I'm flipping, I'm sliding between the fabric and between the threads, between the stitch that I just made, and I'm like whipping those stitches, and it creates a really nice and smooth line. All you need is to follow the same direction, so it creates like a rope, or how you can explain this. I will try to do it with my left hand here, because when I'm stitching I'm usually turning my hoop wherever I like. I'll try to do it from the left. It's not comfortable to stitch for me with my left hand. Let me know if you are left-handed stitcher. It's probably tricky to follow all the tutorials for which are made for right-handed people, but you can watch those videos with Miro or something. There are different stitches that you can use for those lines. If you Google, you'll find more stitches like this. It's a back stitch and whipped back stitch that I just showed you, but you can also find a stem stitch, and there is also chain stitch, but it creates bigger, like wider lines, and I don't really use it for the stems, for the florals, but it's really fun stitch also to create lines like this. You can leave this back stitch as it is without this step when I'm whipping this. It's just up to you if you like it. Just leave it as it is. I just love how it looks like when it's whipped. Okay, I will whip it from this side, so it's gonna be comfortable for me. See, when I slide between the fabric and thread, I use my finger to push the fabric to the top, so I will not be splitting any stitches that I made close to this place. There's also split stitch that you can use. And the same way you can do the stem. I will also show you the stem stitch. So the stem stitch looks like this. You make a big step ahead, twice bigger that for the back stitch, and you come up in the middle of this, and I keep my loop using my left hand like this on one side. Like for example, I keep it on the left side because I like to keep it outside of the curved shape, and the curve goes like this. So now I do one step ahead, come up, and I leave it, make it tight. And this is the stem stitch. You can also do it like a sewing method, like this. Go down and come up at the same place. And it may keep even maybe faster for you, but for me it's not really comfortable to stitch in the hook this way, but you can do it this way. When you're like poking your needle from the top and from the back side separately, it's more chances that you will go through the fabric in the exact place that you need. So it's more precise work as a result. Victoria says that today is warm. It's 60 by Fahrenheit probably. And it's nice after the long cold winter. Yeah, this winter was super cold. Previous 2 years it was like much warmer. This year it was really cold for a long time, and all the lakes and rivers were frozen, and it was a lot of snow here in Canada as well. It's finally looks like spring, but it's more sunny, but it's still cold outside, but I'm still able to go for a walk because before it was like minus 15, minus 10 by Celsius. It's pretty cold to breathe such cold air for me, so I barely step my foot outside during those days. I can just keep being inside my apartment for a week or so. So I like to stitch the stem using a darker thread, and then I switch to the lighter thread and I stitch the leaves. It gives me like more variation of the colors and it looks more natural this way. So I will switch to this lighter color is 954, I guess. It's some threads that I found on the thrift store, and was how it was written on the bobbin. And I will also use 3 strands. 3 strands of floss, and it's going to be a satin stitch. And for the satin stitch, I will give you a tip how to follow the right stitch direction. In my pattern, I will provide you with stitch direction guides like this, and you can transfer them to your fabric right away. And this is how your stitch direction should look like. It shouldn't be like from here to here. This is the wrong way to stitch it. When I will start stitching this sleeve, you will see what is the reason why I'm telling you this. So, I will start stitching without knots. This time I will show you how to start it without knots. So, for example, you have this shape of the leaf that you will need to fill, and I will start doing the running stitch in the center of this shape just to be able to secure the thread that I will start like this way. And now I will go back and I will split this previous stitch like this. As you can see, there is no knots, and this is the end of the thread here. And I come up here again and I put my needle, also splitting the previous stitch like this. And now your thread is secured, so you can start stitching the leaf. And this part is going to be hidden under your stitches, and you will not see it, not from the front, not from the back side. It's not going to be visible. So I start stitching from the top of the leaf and I make a stitch in this direction. I try to follow the direction that I showed you, and it's gonna be a satin stitch. So you need to make stitches like parallel each other, really close to each other, and it will create an effect of satin fabric or something like this. This sleeve is really small, and that's why I decided to stitch it this way. But there are different ways how you can stitch the leaves, and it depends on um, which shape the sleeve has. The leaves can be different shapes, right? And you can choose different kind of stitches depending on how you want the stitch to look like. This time the leaf is small and it's thin, so I decided to stitch it this way. But you can stitch it different ways. Let me show you how you can stitch it for the next leaf, I guess. See, all the stitches, they are parallel each other and they are laying really close, so they are covering all the space for this leaf. And this is why you need to follow the right stitch direction, so it looks nice, it looks natural. And because if you would stitch it like this in this direction, it wouldn't look nice. You can try it and you'll see it. This is a common mistake the beginners make when they are stitching the leaves. You can also stitch the leaf using this way. You can make the stitch in the center, and then you can feel it like this. One stitch here, one stitch here. You like splitting the sleeve to two halves of the leaf, and you can stitch using the satin stitch, but for each side of the leaf separately. And it's gonna look like this. I also like this method as well, and it's a nice method to stitch this kind of the leaf shape. I will add one more stitch right here. And this is how it looks like. It looks slightly different, and it also really, it's a natural look. I really like it, so you can stitch it this way if you like. I couldn't quite understand the first page. The first page? Maybe the first leaf? This one? The satin stitch one? So yeah, you just need to try it and see which way you like the most. You can watch this video again if you didn't understand something. So yeah, you can split this leaf like this to two parts and stitch like this way, or you can completely stitch this leaf like this because it's pretty thin, and you can stitch it like this way. So you can choose wherever you like. I actually even like this way even more, so I would choose that one like this. I think this one is even better. And it's easier to understand how to stitch it, right? So just choose what is best for you, what you see that you can do, the way you feel the most comfortable to stitch. And that's it. There is no need to follow like the exact directions, but yeah, you don't need to improvise as well. If you don't know any how to stitch any stitches, you can just improvise, and I would recommend to learn a few stitches and use them instead of improvising, because it's not gonna look nice. Actually, yeah, it's gonna look like unrecognizable. You know, people will be watching at your embroidery and thinking, what kind of stitch did she use here? Because yeah, I saw such projects. Um, yeah, so it was learning some stitches. Um, so the same way you can stitch the stem using the stem stitch or back stitch or whipped back stitch. You can choose the way you like it the most. And those dots I will be stitching with French knots. And this is the last stitch we will be learning today. And how about this color? Or maybe we can use something else. The pink one? No, I don't like it. It can be also some blue, but I think orange will add some variation for this combination of flowers. So I will use a combination probably of this and this. And yeah, it's gonna be cute. So first I will use this color, 7042. And then I will switch to this one and you will see how it's gonna look like. You can use 3 strands or 2. I will probably use 3 strands of floss because I have 3. With French knots, you can make the size of the knot like bigger or smaller, depending on how many strands you are using and also how many wraps you do. You will see what I'm talking about in a minute. Let me thread my needle and I will show you the French knots. Okay, for the French knots, I don't see any way to start the thread without a knot, so I will use a small knot on the back side. We'll create a knot this way and we'll start stitching with it. Make sure you have a really short tails, so it's not gonna be like interfering with your stitches. So we'll start here. So I came up. Those dots is where you need to place your knots. Here. I came up completely. There is a knot on the back side. I remember it, so I will be trying to not go through that knot when I will be going back. And I keep my thread with my left hand. I put my needle here. I just go from here to here and I wrap my needle twice. And I put my needle back to the fabric, really close to the place where I came up, but not in the same exact hole. I put it back to the fabric. I tied slightly my thread so it goes down close to the fabric. It's laying here, but not too tight because I need to be able to go through those threads with my needle. So I keep it and I go through those two wraps. Just do it slowly. Sorry, those are threads from my previous stitches. Just do it slowly, no rush. And I let it go only in the end. And now you have a really nice looking knot. Let's repeat it. I come up in the place where I need to place a knot. I go it from here, like this, wrap it 2 times. I go back, put my needle this way, tight a little bit, place my thread this way, and I keep it with my left hand. Now I go through this knot, no rush, and I let it go and tighten it. Again, 1, 2. You can wrap it once, you can wrap it 2 times or 3 times, but no more. 3 times is the maximum because it's gonna look too much loopy. So if you want to make a small French knot, you wrap it once. If you want to make a medium size of French knot, you wrap it twice. If you want to make it even bigger, you can wrap 3 times. I know this kind of stitch can be tricky, but I have also, in addition to that, I have a separate video tutorial about French knots if you want to take a look and see which kind of mistake you probably did to fix your problem. I highly recommend to watch that video tutorial on my YouTube channel. See, sometimes it's not so easy. And I will leave those for the lighter thread. So I will finish here and I will finish my thread because it's too far to jump from here to here. So it's better to finish the thread. Let me show you how I finish my thread in this case. So I flip my work to the back side. Sorry, there is fluffy friends here. And I just slide close to this place where I came up under my previous stitch, and I make a loop like this, and I go through this loop and it will create a little knot like this. And now you actually can cut it. If you don't worry about the backside, I usually like to do is I hide my ends like this. I go under my previous stitches, I wrap them a few times like this. Sorry, it's not really comfortable, it's too small hoop. Like this, and one more time like this. And now I can cut it really close like this. So there is no tails hanging around and it's nice and tight, and this knot is also pretty small, so it's not gonna be visible from the front. or you could just go not finishing the thread, you could go just wrap those threads that you did from here and jump to here, wrap it here, and then start making French knots in this place. Like there is one more option how you could do it. And now I want to switch to the lighter thread to make it look really beautiful, like to make a slightly gradients, like lighter flowers on the top and darker on the bottom. So I will switch to this color, and I will also use 3 strands of floss. For example, if you have 2 strands, you can also use 2. And if you will wrap 3 times, you can make like approximately the same size of the French knot. So let's try it. And you'll see that you can make the same size. So this is already another color, and it's 2 strands. And I will wrap 3 times. And here is almost the same size of this French knot like I did with 3 strands of floss. If you want to make a smaller French knot, you can wrap 2 times and make it smaller. You can also play with sizes of the French knots. Like for example, you could do a bigger French knots on the bottom and then like a medium size French knots, and then finish with a smallest size of French knots, and it would make an illusion that it's like a flower like we usually see it in the nature, like first top flowers I didn't open, like didn't bloom completely, and they are smaller, they're like flower buds, and then all the flowers that are on the bottom, they usually bigger. So yeah, this is how you can make this kind of wildflower, and as you can see, thanks to those like lighter flowers on the top and darker on the bottom, you could create a really nice gradient, and it doesn't look too flat anymore. It looks fun, more natural, and really interesting. It will give you like illusions that you use some variegated threads that are changing the colors, right? So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching my video. You can go ahead and sorry. You can go ahead and stitch the rest of the flowers. I already showed you all the stitches that you will need to use for those, and there is another flower like this one over here, and there is another lavender and leaves. So go ahead and finish stitch it after this live stream, and I will see you tomorrow for the next embroidery design. Or yeah, I will stitch one more embroidery design tomorrow with you, so we will have 3 eggs this week, right? And on Thursday I will show you how to frame those eggs in this and get this beautiful egg like this. Okay, so tomorrow we will be stitching, I guess. Where is this egg? Oh, here it is. Tomorrow we can stitch a beautiful forget-me-nots. How about that? And then on Thursday we will frame all those 3 eggs and make them like this. I really love how it turned out. I was trying for the first time today and I was so worried to to mess it up, you know. But I really needed to practice it before showing you the actual tutorial. So I knew like all the mistakes that can be probably done and yeah, explain you much more confident because I already done it. So I'm much more confident in this right now. So yeah, see you tomorrow and on Thursday. Thank you so much for watching me today, for chatting with me today, and welcome to my stitching club if you didn't join yet. The link in the video description below on YouTube, and you can also send me a message or comment below Easter eggs, and I will send you all the information how you can get all of those embroidery patterns for Easter eggs and stitch it with me. Okay, thank you so much. Bye, guys. And it says, love it. Thanks, Nat. You're welcome. I'm so glad you love it. I also love it. It's such a fun project.